So this came to my attention in an email before it broke out everywhere. I guess the power of the CU podcast sometimes works. Well, in this case, it didn't work because it got everywhere else. But so basically, this is what happened. A guy got in touch with me saying, I've had this YouTube video of Double Dribble online for years and years and years, and it shows a glitch in the game. If you ever played Double Dribble, you know there's multiple spots in the court. I always like that little mini layup that you can almost 99% of the time get a basket because the game is glitched.
Yeah, the big one that everyone knows is generally the 3-pointer.
Which is what this video showed.
Right.
So it's a 3-pointer. You go above the basket. You go all the way you start jumping. You jump all the way to the boundary line, top right, and it goes in. So he had this video up for years. I think it was like 8 years it's been online. So all of a sudden, Family Guy comes out with the recent episode. And the episode starts with the gang, Peter, was it Clyde, and Giggity. They're all playing. And they decide to play. They play Tecmo Bowl. And they play Double Dribble. A 2-player game. So they took this footage off of YouTube, which is called Double Dribble NES Automatic Shot. It's been online since 2009. It has 348,000 views. It's by user Switched with a number 1 for the eye. So they took this footage off of YouTube. They altered it slightly. Instead of the CPU for player 2, they put a 2-player in. They changed the sound effects. So I guess they're afraid of having the same sound effects. And they played the entire clip on Family Guy, kind of floating with they put it inside like a TV graphic.
Right.
And they're just commentating over it, and Peter's cheating by doing the 3-pointer. And so what happened was, after this aired on TV, the original YouTube video was flagged for copyright and was unviewable. So this person emailed us and said, hey, this is fucked up. This happened. Emailed us about 5-6 days ago, 7 days ago, emailed us, and I'm recording this on the 24th, saying this is messed up. Can you help us? And I said, we'll cover it on the podcast. But since then, there's been like 5-6 articles written. Other YouTubers have commented on it. I thought about tweeting at Seth MacFarlane to help out. So it was a fucked up situation because they took and technically you can get into, who owns the footage? Is Double Dribble? Does Konami own the footage? But you think you at least have the courtesy of asking to use this, because it's like not even edited. It's the entire clip.
Right.
It starts and ends at the same spots. It's not edited at all. It's a minute, and it was a minute and 14 seconds, or about a minute. It even ends with the little weird 3-pointer from half court the guy did in the original video. So it's really messed up that they did it. But at the very least, though, they took down the copyright flag.
Well, it's interesting because I think initially people thought that this was some sort of malicious thing that maybe Fox had done. They steal this footage, they put it on the show, and then they DMCA the original footage. What I think was probably more likely to happen is, and this is just more issues with YouTube, YouTube... After YouTube recognized it as something from an episode of Family Guy, vice versa, and it was auto-flagged for being that.
So basically, with the way Content ID works is that when you upload something, you can select it to be put into the Content ID system, and then you can then manually, you can manually search for stuff that's Content ID, but or be sent a list of stuff you go through. But I'm sure in this case, Fox doesn't want Family Guy episodes uploaded. So they're probably going to say, okay, anything automatically uploaded, that's it, strike it down. And that's what happened here most likely. They don't want the bad press, Fox. They don't need the revenue.
Right.
So in their eyes, they probably thought someone was uploading the episode that just came out.
Yeah.
They didn't realize it, but then within a few days, they corrected it. So I'm glad it got obviously corrected. It's a cool little cute video. It's an earlier video from the olden days of YouTube, 2009, from the aughts. We call it now, we call it the teens now?
It's called, I don't know.
The aughts of 2000. So long ago.
The aughts never caught on with me. I could never.
You call it the zeros?
I just
the O's?
The 2000s.
I think the aughts will catch on. But anyway, also in the episode, I'm not sure if the other one was taken down, but they also played a Tecmo Super Bowl. And they did the Bo Jackson run. How Bo Jackson's quicker than everyone else, or was it Tecmo Bowl? I think
Tecmo Super Bowl.
It was Tecmo Super Bowl.
Where you can do the zigzags back and forth and literally run out the timer.
He's fucking quick in both, but I guess he's just as quick or quicker in Tecmo Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So they did that too, and Way said 4 minutes of the first episode is really cheap. They don't have to animate anything; just take YouTube clips and put them up. That's great. which also shows the weakness of always a Family Guy of not really writing jokes.
No.
And just having random shit.
I was going to try to stay away from criticisms, but man, I fucking hate that show.
I liked the first years before it came back on. After that, we'll just mail it in, Seth.
That's kind of how I feel about Futurama, too.
And I thought that well before South Park took their shots. Well before it with the manatees and the random words.